The hardest part about chasing something is there's no proof when you're building something big. There's no proof that what you're doing is going to work until it finally clicks, right? So get your proof down. How do you build faith? How do we build faith through no proof? We get proof. It's 1 plus 1 equals 2. What keeps you going when you don't know if it's worth it? So what keeps y'all going when you don't have the intelligence or the data or the proof to know if it's worth it? What keeps you guys going? I'll tell y'all a little story on what makes it easy for me to keep going, right? So you know how you hear about be selfish, take it personal, do it for you. Nobody else is gonna get you there, all that kind of stuff. There's also like another part that y'all might have heard or hear is do it for your loved ones, do it for your family. Don't embarrass yourself. Respect your last name. Yeah, I will say that I messed up on that part early in wanting to be successful in track. And I wasn't even into content yet, but just wanting to be successful in track, I would say I messed up on that part early, right? I was in 12th grade. And in 12th grade, well, not even in 12th grade, I was in 12th grade when this happened, but let's go back to ninth grade. In ninth grade, I wanted to be one of the fastest track athletes on the team, right? So there's this dude named Chris. Chris is on the track team, and Chris is fast, but it's not specifically Chris that inspired me. What inspired me was the event that Chris Holt, I'll say that Chris Holt specifically, was performing in. He performed in the 300, an indoor 300. It was packed, it was loud, everybody's team was there, and this was the championship for all the schools that we raced against. So like the league championship or division championship, I don't know, but this wasn't states. This was just like a little bit before states. It would be counties if you're not in Catholic school. But I forgot what our shit is called. So, anyways, he lines up for the race, right? And this kid that is in my grade, I'm not even aware of this. This kid's in my grade, racing him. I don't know anybody. Like, I'm always been to myself, so I don't know who I'm going up against. I don't know any of that, right? So this kid is in my grade, racing him, and I'm thinking this kid is fast. When boom, 1, 2, 3 years, when I get off this injury, I'm gonna come get that. I'm gonna come for him. So I forget if he wins or loses, but I believe Chris wins the race, right? Gets first. Pretty good kid. Gets first. I think preparing for states, whatever. I'm injured, so I was never too in tune with something that wasn't me. Just being a little selfish, right? So fast forward back to 12th grade, right? My nana and trying to get me into like praying and prayers and stuff. And for some reason I was also having like that existential crisis thing a little bit, like where you're just thinking about, is religion real or is God real, the belief in a higher power, all that stuff. That's what I really want to talk about, belief in a higher power necessary to be successful. I know it's not, but that's just something that I want to talk about. But back to the story. So my nana keeps praying for me. She be calling me sometimes. She'll call me, oh, strengthen your legs. Let God strengthen your legs. This, boom, that. All right, so I'm like, I'm not really feeling that, Nana. Like, I'm the one that's putting in this work to run the track, go in the gym. God ain't do that for me. What are you talking about? So I'm like, man, I believe in him a little bit. I don't believe in him. I don't know. It was flipping flopping. It was flip flopping. So, um, come, I'm training hard. 11th grade, I didn't miss no practices in the summer. 12th grade comes, I'm locked in, building up all the way up to winter season. So, winter season comes, first meet, boom. This kid from, I think it's a Virginia team. This kid from Virginia team, like, all the fastest kids was running 34s, right? So I never ran 34. 11th grade, I ran 36. But I've been training now. I told you I was training my ass off this summer. First race come up, boom, 34. I barely inched this kid out. This whole year, it's just been inches. Whole year was just a battle of inches. I barely inched this kid out. Lean him at the line. I think that went to the newspaper too. I have a picture of that one. Hopefully I can pop it up on the screen. I inched this kid out to win the race. Boom. That's like one of the tone setters of this year. Okay. So later, fast forward during the track meet, we um we have a 4x2, and we are like, one leg is not as strong as the other three legs. So we got two fast football players, and then we have this one track kid, and he's not as fast as the rest of us. So we know he's gonna be the weaker leg, but that weaker leg put us in jeopardy of losing the race. So when I get the baton, I'm usually the anchor. We're just a little bit behind. So I get the baton. This dude is maybe 10, 20 meters in front of me. I don't have this video, so I can't show you that. But this dude's 10, 20 meters in front of me. And I hawk him down, basically, like, beat him at the line, get him at the finish. So, two races, we done caught somebody, right? Maybe actually, no, we blew that. I'm thinking of a different track meet. I'm sorry. We won that one. We set a school record for the 4x2. We won the games. We got a trophy and everything. We did that. It wasn't like, it wasn't no grind to get that done. I lied. I'm sorry. So fast forward again. Let me fast forward again. So indoors, it is a flat track at St. Anthony's. St. Anthony's is a very popular high school out here. Pretty big. They got a lot of money. Under Armour sponsor. They got a whole indoor stadium and shit. Right? So we go to run at St. Anthony's. What did I run? I think I ran at 200. And at 200, I smoked everybody, right? So, like, again, my nana's calling me. I'm like, okay, I'm praying for you. I'm proud of you. You're my Usain Bolt. I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Pray for God to strengthen your legs. Pray for Jehovah to strengthen you. I'm like, I'm not really feeling that. I would never tell her that. But in the back of my head, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not really vibing with that, right? So eventually comes state qualifiers, or the specific meet that I'm talking about, right? And in this track meet, we got the kid that was in my grade that barely lost to Chris, right? And then we got another kid who's usually the top. He was faster. He had came after him, but he had improved enough and worked on his game to be faster than that kid, right? So these are the two people that I got to edge out. And they're both starting in front of me. And these for some reason, indoor, I just never had a good start. You got to go on the bank track and you're leaning like this, all that stuff. So, like, I'm tilted off the floor. My start is just not good. Like, I never do short distance stuff. But this kid has a better start than me. And I have to catch him. I have to look at him beating me and try and catch that. So comes the day of the race. We make it to finals. He gets lane 5. Yeah, he gets lane 5. I get lane 4, I believe. And then the kid that had trained to be faster than him gets lane 6. So starts the race. Gunshot. Boom, he's out. He's out of the blocks stupidly high. Like he's over out of the blocks. This is probably the gap between, so like first, this is first place, this is second place, and the second place is on the outside lane. So he's in front of the outside lane, and I'm probably like right back here. So I got a little gap between me and the person that's in second before I even catch the person that's in first. But 300 goes how it goes, you know. Eventually, when you wrap around, all the eyes get a little bit closer. So on the back stretch, I'm like, I gotta get him. I gotta get him. I got him. I got him. And then slowly but surely, that's going to that last turn, final stretch. Slowly but surely, we going to that last turn, the final stretch, right? And by just a smidge, again on a 300, but by somebody I didn't know if I could beat or not. Just taking that risk and putting the training and doing the work. I'm like, I barely got him. He ran 34:01. I ran 33:97. I ran 33:97. He ran 34:01. I outleaned him. Literally. Dropped a 33 in high school. It was pretty cool. It was awesome. You know, I was talked about for a little minute, and this event, since ninth grade, I was dreaming about participating in this event, but I was either hurt or hurt. I was either hurt or hurt, and I just couldn't. I just never had the talent. Well, not let me say it, I just never had the opportunity to get there. So, 11th grade came. I got healthy. I wasn't as fast as everybody else. I wasn't as fast as I thought I should be. I don't make it. 11th grade, I'm not hurt. 12th grade comes, I make it, and then I get that. I finally get the victory. I finally get the win. All's well that ends well, right? Yep. No. So I finished the race. You know, finally get to the podium. Like finally, bro. I finished the race. Finally get to the podium. As soon as you finish the race, they call you on the podium. Basically, as soon as I grab the medal, as soon as I grab the plaque, I start tearing up. Like, bro, why the fuck am I crying? I'm crying and shit. So I start tearing up, and then I got like a little interview from the newspaper, get a newspaper, whatever. But later that day, Nana calls me, and not even actually after I got the medal, after I did the interview, I decide to myself, I'm like, you know, I've really been having this struggle conversation, so I don't know which one it is. I can't figure it out. So I'm gonna decide one, and if it's not that one, then it is what it is. So I decide that I'm not going to believe in God anymore. You know, I don't think it's Him that's doing this. I don't think He's the reason that I got here. I don't think nothing can be attributed to Him. Basically, is what I'm saying. Like, He doesn't deserve this. He doesn't deserve to be in this conversation with me, right? So I'm like, all right, forget him. So go off to college, and then this is where it all goes downhill, right? So 12th grade, grades is slowly getting lower and lower. I'm getting like 60s, 70s. I'm getting like 70s, barely getting 80s. COVID, come college. Oh, I always wanted to be ambitious. I always wanted to do more, but I just never did the work ethic because I just thought whenever I want to do it, it's going to get done. I was deluding myself. And basically, I make some 9 a.m. classes. I think, oh, I'm going to get up early. I'm going to do the computer science class. 9 a.m. I'm going to go to the... I'm going to be up for 9 a.m. class anyways. I'm going to be working out in the gym or something. I'll be doing this. 9 a.m. comes. I'm not even out of bed. Look at my phone, it's 9 a.m. I'm not out of bed. If I'm not out of bed, I might as well not go to class, right? So, boom, start missing classes. Winter track rolls around. You go home for winter break. Parents is like, Yeah, how's school? I'm like, it's good, it's all right. Coach calls my dad. Uh, Mr. Small, your son's ineligible. Oh. He's like, yo, come on here, come on here. Basically, shit fucked up, right? I fucked up. So, fucking, you can't compete. You cannot compete winter season. I missed my indoor winter season. First year D1 track, miss it. Come out spring track, I'm eligible again. Bam. I run. I'm one of the only freshmen to ever break 22 seconds at that school in like real recent times. Made the past 2-3 years. So that was a good little confidence booster. Shout out Joe Paul. And then comes winter season. No, and then spring. So I don't do any. I'm not. I don't learn from my mistake. I'm being selfish in my mind. I'm contributing everything to me, and I'm only doing things because I want to do them. So, like, there's no real ambition to go do these things for without having guilt or shame. Like, I had no shame. I had no guilt. I just did it because I wanted to do it. I don't want to go to class. I don't want to go to class. Not thinking like, oh, my parents probably put in some work for this. I should probably honor them and show them and show how great I can be, right? Something along those lines. No, I didn't. I just didn't care. So eventually, I get kicked out of Coppin for not going to class. Even though I was a good athlete, I just didn't go to class, right? And I was injured sophomore year. That's whatever. But you're not going to class. You're wasting his money, and he's not getting anything out of you. So I'm gonna take a bet on somebody else. You get out of here. I transferred to Malloy, and Malloy, 11th grade year, or sorry, junior year of college. I'm locked in. I'm locked. I'm going to every class. I'm not missing classes. I'm doing the work. But there's this one class in the morning. She's an Asian lady. I can't understand nothing she's saying. So I'm like, so when you get added to the class, there's another. Holy smoke! When you get added to the class, there's another class that gets added to your dashboard as well. So I go to that class and I ask the teacher, do we need this homework to pass the class? And she's like, no, you just need to take the test. I'm like, oh, bet. But that was for the certification for the Excel class. You need to pass the Excel class itself. For the certification, you don't need to take the practice things and the homework things to pass the Excel certification exam, right? But I didn't know that. I think she was talking about the whole class. I thought it was just an extra teacher helping the people understand, since nobody can understand this lady. You would think, right? No. So I don't do any work in that class. I don't pay attention. I don't give a fuck. I just get ready for the exam. Exam comes up, boom, pass it, whatever. But report card, semester ends. Like, hey, you didn't pass this class. You're not eligible to run. I was like, oh shit. So 3 years in a row, I did not run. Injury, academic ineligibility, and just plain old selfishness, right? So that summer, that winter break, I mentioned change. I looked into God. I deep dove for some reason into Catholicism, Protestant, Muslim, and then I finally start to get intrigued about God, Yahweh, and who He is, right? So it's running its course right now. We'll see if I'm eligible this year. I'm locked in. I'm not doing nothing else but making sure I pass classes. But I say all that to say is, if you don't do it for somebody else, you're not likely to be as successful, like, especially if you grow up in a place of comfort. You don't have any desperation. You don't have a reason to go out there and show yourself, or you haven't given yourself a reason to besides self-belief, got hedonism and licentiousness on top of that, especially in college. That's a breeding ground for licentiousness and hedonistic actions, right? So when you combine those two things, it's almost impossible to be successful. If you want to be successful, you have to put your beliefs and reasons for doing what you want to do behind something, right? So if you decide not, you'll probably fall short more times than the person that has a reason to do things and a reason to go out and attack what they're trying to attack. You'll probably fall short more times than they will, right? So I say all that to say that basically, shit. If y'all fucked with it, I don't know how informative it was for y'all. I really just wanted to put out a long form video today. I'm getting better. I'm trying. I don't know. My long form needs to tighten up, but I couldn't not do long form this week. So I'm gonna go back and study shit, learn about finance, accounting, and shit, and then I'm gonna edit this, post this probably by the end of today. If you like it, sub. Go check all the links in the Discord, fucking Instagram, Linktree, whatever it is. Tune in, sub. We staying consistent. We staying on the journey. We staying on the grind. If you was interested in this, just like it and let me know that you liked it and leave a sub.